Hi guys, welcome back to another X-Plane 12 video. We are flying a lot of X-Plane now, but I'm really enjoying this beta. I mean, look at the sky. It's just beautiful. And we are flying the Toliss A340-600, which is a bit funny because I just got the A330-900, the Neo. I was thinking of flying that, but I haven't flown the A340 for a while, so I felt a bigger urge to fly this one, even though I just got the A330 on the Easter sale. And we are gonna be flying from Basel Mulhouse, so the Europort Basel Mulhouse Freiburg, down to Nice. So very short flight. Don't think there's any historical accuracy to this flight. Probably has happened to some degree. I mean, a lot of these repositioning flights happen all the time, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's ever been an A340 flying down from Basel to Nice, but I have not found anything to indicate that this is the case, specifically not with Swiss. And yeah, so this is the beautiful 600 model, as you can see, with the nice engines. I think is it the Trent engines? Rolls-Royce? Can't see the RR. I think it's the Trent, right? Let me see. A340-600 engines. Rolls-Royce Trent. Yeah, exactly. Rolls-Royce Trent. And yeah, not much else. This is some freeware scenery I got for Basel a while back. Haven't really utilized it, so I thought it was time. This beautiful livery you can get from the X-Plane org download section. It's a very new livery, but it's very well done. I really like the kind of how it's supposed to showcase Switzerland, where I've lived in Lausanne back in the day. It's more than 23 years ago, but I used to live there when I was a young child back in the day. And yeah, not much else to say. Let's jump on board. As you can see, kind of first class seating, second class, a lot of second class. Then we have the worst part, 232. That's a very comfy seating. And here we go with 242s. It's a very long plane. Imagine how many people this one can seat when you're not doing kind of different arrangements, right, with business class and first class. And this is still business, but this should be first, right? Yeah, not the most fanciest one, but it will do. And let's oh, now we're going a bit off, and I don't think we can open this. So what I'll do, or actually I'll do it like this, and then there we go. And we do already have ground power connected. Do we actually have that connected? Let me have a look at the ISIS tool. Yeah, it does look like we have. Can you see it from the outside though? I didn't see any ground power. Interesting, that's not shown. Then I definitely should use the ground power thing for from the ground handling. That at least makes it look a bit more realistic, even though it spawned right on this guy. But yeah, what else? Well, since we have those steps done, I guess next one is to put the nav, the APU. Let me just check the sounds on this one. Yeah, that's looking good. And the engine fire on all 4 engines is looking good. The nav and logo lights. And let me just see. Yeah, we can put that to 1. We can bring that up to 1 step up. No smoking we can bring as well. I'm gonna raise my own volume so I can hear stuff. Shouldn't impact you guys. And what else can we do? We can remove that, and we can get pack X starting. With the boarding I should have Swiss, but let's see if I do. So LFSB to LFMN, flight number 4003, we'll do that one. We are doing 31,000 in terms of cruise altitude. And flight time, let's do 2 hours. Time until takeoff 045. Aircraft A340-600. We'll do like 80 packs. I don't think we need to force more. We have probably in-flight entertainment. Not sure if we would have Wi-Fi. Maybe somewhere retrofitted with that capability. Boarding music. Do we have anything for Swiss? We do actually have 2 even. We'll go with the first one. And custom safety brief. We should only have 1, but we could have more. You never know, right? Here we go, Swiss safety. Okay. And let's just have a look that we get the right data. And the way to do that is to go to init. I really hate that you can't see these move in the cockpit. I really think Toliss, I think the A320 has a pretty good cockpit, but both this A340 and A330, the cockpits are just not really up there in terms of what they could be. Unfortunately, of course it's good for the FPS, but I do think you could make it a bit better without like impacting the FPS. But of course you need a good modeler for that. So let's do the init request. Should hopefully be able to get the data correctly. Can never know for sure, of course, but we can hope. So data link in progress. It's taking a long time, and I'm not sure why. A flight plan data link in progress. Okay, invalid. Let's try again. Because it should work. There we go. I had to put in that you know, the ARAC differences. But there we go. Okay, so there'll probably be some differences. But good, at least we got the info. And what we can then do is go to loading performance, double check this one. Block fuel of 20,000. That's ridiculous. What's our weight now set at? 536. Total 1. Yeah, that's correct. Fuel 45. That's also correct, so it's already loaded it. For some reason it doesn't show in this one, but I'm gonna guess it will show weight and balance maybe. No, nothing here either. We have the max pack. We don't have any cargo. And in terms of fuel on board, are we on the wrong settings? Let me just have a look. On, auto. We can use imperial units. Fuel on board. At least that increased the fuel on board, but we have 45 on board, so I'm not sure. Okay, we'll just use that as is. We should have the airport saved here. I do hope, because I've been flying to it many times. If it's not, I guess I'll just have to download it. And I found an old one that we can use. And I'll save it. And I'll also put it, that's my recording folder. And I'll also put it here in the plugins. Avitab, charts. So we should have it now, and the way to get it to show, which I like with Abitab, is just like that. Of course we should put the airport we're at now. Which one is this? Is this LBSF Sofia? Yeah, that's Sofia, that's not the one we're at. We are at LFSB. Very close though, so not surprising I got that wrong. Here we go, now we have Nice. Good. Oh, so they have updated this one a bit maybe. It's not the nicest looking iPad though, but it will do. Yes, just in turn, we have done this one, so we should just wrap this up. But before wrap it up, we should also import the flight plan to Pilot 280C. And just so you can see the flight plan itself, you know, it's good to get an overview. And as you can see, we're gonna take a bit of a detour here. I guess there's a bit of mountains here, so we're flying kind of the outline of the Switzerland, basically avoiding Swiss airspace almost completely. Then we'll fly here, maybe we'll see some of the nice mountains, and then we're coming in for a landing at runway, and this will be interesting. 4 right. And the thing with 4 right is that it's an offset. So that's very fun actually, because we're gonna have to, we can't trust the ILS to take us down. We'll have to do it ourselves. So let me just check if I can see.
On behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight. As you find your seat, be sure to place your large and carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you.
I'm pretty sure it's an offset localizer. Yes, exactly. So 4 right is an offset. If you don't want to do an offset one, just do 4 left. In terms of our flight plan, it's Morok, which looks correct here, and then it's Vivar, correct here. We'll do the ILS approach. Question is where we're going to be at Neras, so we can do Y, that's direct Neras, or how is the Zulu one. Also looks reasonable. Or was the wide Yankee one, was that better? Yeah, it is better. Nera 2 is the one we should do. It's gonna get us smoother kind of on, because we're a bigger plane. So we can validate, we can file. We're not flying for any virtual airline today, like we did yesterday. So that's good to, and we're gonna fly a heavy, and we are gonna fly Swiss. Which one is it? Swiss Global Airlines? Swiss International Airlines? Yeah, I think it's the Swiss International, right? So let's save that. And I'm gonna remove this. Sorry about that, guys. And I'm gonna connect to the same. It's gonna load a bit, but soon it should be done. And then we can just verify it. So I'm gonna guess there might be a bit of differences in the flight plan, as we had problems loading it up. How's my viewpoints looking? I have some good ones.
Runways 15,
I tried to
Current
tweak them a
altimeter is
bit.
2976. Arriving runway 33, departing runway 15.
We can
Fastly
wait with
Mulholland.
that one. Okay, so in terms of our flight plan, we can go to let me just check this is all looking correct. So we're doing flight plan, we are doing departure, we're departing from runway 15. Should be the longest runway. We're doing the Morrow 7T. We can insert that. It will take us to Pellock, Gilir, Turon, Milpa, Kogas, Medam, Vivar, and then we should have the star, the Vivar star, at our destination. So we're doing the ILS 4 right Yankee approach with the Vivar 7 right. We are doing the Nera 2-1. That's gonna be the Nera 2-1. And we can insert, probably gonna be discontinuity now, at that VVAR one. No, it wasn't. Okay, perfect. So we have that set. Now we just need to do the takeoff briefing. Let's just have a look on the outside. The weather is looking really nice today. I mean, look at these sun effects, etc. I think it was updated in the beta 2 beta version, the second beta version, or maybe the third one, but it's looking really good. Let's actually go to the EFB one, and not Avitab takeoff performance. Before we do that, we can also get the IFR clearance. Swiss 4003 heavy, ready to copy, IFR clearance.
Swiss 4003 Heavy is cleared to Lima Foxtrot Mike
8,
November climb via the Morrow 7
0.
Tango departure with the Morak transition, then is filed. Expect departure runway 15. Climb to
put
flight
this
level
on so we
080 via the departure.
forget.
Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Ball departure on 124.1. Squawk 6053.
Swiss
Let's
4003
check what
Heavy
our
is cleared
flight
to Lima Foxtrot
plan.
Mike November climb via the Morrow 7 Tango departure with the Marak transition.
Maybe we can't
then is
see
filed.
that
Climb to
actually.
flight level
I don't know
080
why I
via
had
the
that
departure.
memory that you could
Expect
see
higher
it.
clearances 2 minutes after departure. Fastly
With,
departure on 124.1. Squawk 6053.
Yeah, no clue actually.
Swiss 4003 Heavy readback correct altimeter 2976 contact ball ground on 121.6.
Now let's change to the metric US
Altimeter
metric system.
2976 ground on 121.6 Swiss 4003 Heavy.
Yeah, to the combination of US and
Swiss
metric
4
system.
Altimeter
We're ready to
2976
go when you
altimeter
are.
is 2976 Swiss 4003 Heavy.
2976.
Good morning, ladies and
It's the
gentlemen,
wrong one,
and
but
welcome
let's
aboard
use
flight
that anyway.
403. Our flight time will be roughly 2 hours.
And actually one thing we wanna
Currently have
do
the doors now closed.
is sync
We ask
the
that you
barrows,
ensure that
because
all
I
flight
just
airplane
hate
emergency
moving
devices
those
are
around
shut
in
down and
X-plane.
If you have
So
not already,
29er
please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is
76, so a bit of a lower pressure.
full upright launch position for departure.
We can do the constraints. Put the view a bit lower. And let's have a look at the flight plan for the information, right? So we are looking at 350 at 3 knots. Yeah, that's correct. Or 76 it was to be exact, even though it's wrong. Anti-ice off, takeoff weight, CG, this is all looking correct. Auto, aircon is going to be on. We'll have enough. Flex 70, and what's it suggesting in the sim brief manual. It's suggesting
Start up and pushback to Transavia 88 Bravo.
sometimes they don't suggest though. Could depend on the aircraft, I guess. I guess if they have that info at all. A lot of NOTAMs, etc. Goddamn. It's 64 pager this this flight plan. Jesus Christ. In terms of the weather, we're seeing moderate icing warnings. So let's be a bit cautious about that once we get up. CB. I think that's let me actually Google it on CB VX. Yeah, that must be the heavy precipitation, lightning and often thunder. So yeah, that's the only thing we need to be a bit cautious about. So in the Pyrenees mountains, up here Toulouse, etc., Montpellier might move our way. We'll have a tailwind, so that's good. With a bit of a crosswind element to it. I guess this will be the fastest part. And we're gonna be up at 31, so it won't be higher. Here we can see the general one. Should be fine, let's see. I'll move this down. Flex 70. Oh yeah, you need to do it the weird way with Toliss, or the different way. And then it's 1F up 2.7. V1. Let's do 157, 157. For the V1 and the rotate, and then for the V2 it's 161. Okay, good. We have the info set. Let's start removing some of these stuff that we have. We can also start the APU, or at least open it. Ground services. We can close all of that. We can take the ground handling widget, get everything removed. Now we're thinking about which way will we go. We're taking off from runway 15. So we are going to the left. It's actually a very good point. How are you pushed back in situations such as this? Potentially like this maybe? Because then we could just go down there that way. Potentially here as well. Swiss 4003 heavy, ready for pushback. And we're getting a rain.
Heavy pushback approved.
Flap is
Pushback
open,
approved.
we can
Swiss
start.
4003 heavy.
Let's get those wipers working. And good. We are basically ready to get going. Tow is driving up. Do we need to do anything with open SAM? No. What about normal SAM? Nothing we need to do with it. Oh, it stopped raining already. It's very, the rain is very coming and going, X-Plane, I've noticed, especially with live weather. So that's a bit of a bummer. So 118 about for the QNH. Let me just check. Okay, we have the APU.
Delta 46, taxi new
Let's
gate,
put on
Delta
the
75,
bleeds.
Whiskey 5, cross runway 17. Whiskey 5, cross
Okay, that was one of them.
Yes, please confirm your gate, Delta
Should have turned them off before we disconnected. Okay, we'll remove the chocks. We have the parking brake set, so that's good news. Let's have a look. I'm gonna assume they have connected. Let me have a look, because I did do an outside view as well. I wish they had pilots showing. Maybe they do from the outside perspective. Actually, let me have a look. Yeah, they do. The problem is that so that's why I don't want to put this one from the inside. But how do you do it then in a good way? I guess technically you would want to do it this way. Somehow. It's hard to find like a good external viewpoint, because you would want something that's kind of moving, but it's yeah, I really don't know. Okay, at least it's connected though. Yeah, I'll need to figure that out. But okay, so this 8 viewpoint we don't really need. Let me, in that case, maybe I can do it as an inside viewpoint instead. Something like this. Yeah, good. Okay, now let's get ready to rumble. Okay, parking brakes released. Let's start with engine number 3. Did I check everything now? Probably not everything. Oxygen, etc. Okay, we're starting engine number 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the
Should be this engine, right?
demonstration. Thank you for flying.
Yeah, we can see it spinning there.
May we have your attention, please, for the following presentation about safety on board. Your hand luggage must be placed in the overhead bin or under
Auto
the seat
brake
front.
will be on.
It's forbidden to place hand luggage in front of the
Rejected
bulkhead seats or the
takeoff.
emergency exits.
This is a bit different looking, right, than the other ones. The engine is spooling up. And now we can see it here even spooling. See the exhaust fumes as well. Very kind of beautiful engines.
Because turbulence can occur unexpectedly, you are obliged to have your seatbelt.
It's available. Let's start engine number 2. And I think you can actually do start up with 2 at a time, at least with A340-600. The beacon light should have been on as well, so that was a bit of a mistake on my end. Ground control should have also been, yeah, some stupid mistakes. Okay, let's see, we can start number 4. Now we have engine number 2 starting as well. And engine number 4. Yeah, it's starting, we can see the exhaust fumes. So engine number 2 should soon be ready. And all good. Got a bit scared by that beeping. It's available. Let's start engine number 1. Number 4 looks like it's starting. 2 is started. Number 1 is starting. No ground power available. Yeah, that makes sense. Is anything looking bad with the engines? No, no, no. Looking good, looking good.
until you leave the aircraft.
Fuel looking good.
Pull the strap until the life jacket is properly adjusted. If the life jacket does not inflate,
The A340 is such a weird plane in the sense that it's really at the end of like having multiple engines. Then they still go and develop the A380, right?
service wraps.
Which works pretty well for certain clients, right? In that sense, I think they kind of discarded it a bit too early. If they would just added a new engine pair, it could have been interesting for all of these big ones like Emirates. Good, we have all engines started. I'm gonna add parking brake. Go to normal. Do we have any? No, on the sides. Look at that though. It looks very nice. Not gonna complain. Let's see if we can get this armed. Auto brake reach to takeoff armed. Disconnect the hand signals. Swiss 4003 heavy. Ready to taxi.
Swiss 4003
Trim
heavy
is
runway 15
almost
taxi
correctly
taxi
set.
Alpha Foxtrot Bravo hold short runway 15.
There we
Runway
go.
15, taxi via taxiway
Ailerons
Alpha,
are looking like they're
Bravo,
working.
hold short
Same
runway
with
15,
elevators.
Swiss 4003 heavy.
Oh wait, look at this. What's going on with the rudder? Come on, rudder. There we go. Now we're getting the correct input. Okay, that's good. That would have been a bit worrisome. If that's the control surface we do want to be able to control. Okay, I think they are... Let me see if I have a good viewpoint to see. Maybe this one. Yeah, okay. Seems like they have disconnected. Good. Runway and camera. Taxi lights. Seatbelt sign should have gone on a long time ago. APU bleed. We can go to low. Get us a bit of extra.
The cabin is ready for takeoff.
Cabin is ready for takeoff. So that's good. And yeah, I guess camera is the only thing we do wanna we wanna set this off on. We wanna do the captain one for the taxiing, and then we wanna set flaps 1. We wanna arm speed brake. Takeoff config test. What's going on? Normal, okay. Release parking brakes. We got our taxi scheme, our schedule. Looking a bit weird actually. Oh, it's because there's a production here in real life. Okay, interesting. And let's add a bit of thrust. No ground power available. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's taxi here. As you can see, the front of our wheel, we can follow the taxi route pretty nicely. It's not the best, a bit of a grainy camera, but it could be worse. Okay, looking good, looking good.
Transavia 5519, taxi runway 24, 77. 07245519.
Understood. No ground power available, that's fine. Anything else we need to do? Now let's just be prepared to brake a bit. Let's go a bit across, just so we make sure we get around here appropriately, which we are. The only thing I'm wondering about the sound packs, right, with these Toliss Airbuses. It seems like it's the main one that's kind of like high fidelity and get a lot of bad feedback on that, but sound packs is the thing I want to spend least money on, right? It's really just a sound pack, right? Okay, let's have a look at the engines. Yeah, look at that, and the wing flex. That's just sick. Just sick in a good way. I guess that's how you use the word sick nowadays. So it's looking good. If it did rain a bit, don't we see any water pools? But maybe it wasn't enough rain to have an effect on that. We have all settings set up. Wait. What's going on here? Fuel on board 131,000. What the hell? What is going on with some of these weight and stuff? This makes no sense. Let me have a look. Now I'm a bit worried. No. We are not supposed to be at that weight. We are supposed to be at something much lower. I'm gonna fix this because I don't want to take off and not be able to get up in the air. Takeoff weight 0 fuel is correct. Block fuel is not correct. We're supposed to be at a block fuel of 45. We can do that. Good. Jesus Christ. Why would it change that? I don't get it. It was correct. And was it because we did some boarding? I don't even know anymore. I can't trust the plane. Good that we noticed that though. Okay, we should be much lighter now. That's a lot of fuel we lost. And let's see, the Formula 1, when's today's qualify? Ah, it's late at night, damn it. I was hoping for a reasonable hour qualifying. Well, not that late, it's around 8 o'clock here in Sweden. Okay, we are continuing to taxi. We're a bit off the center line, so let's try to fix that. Using my tiller. Still looking good in the hood. Soon we'll be at the takeoff point. Let's have a look at Pilot 280, see if it's saying anything specific. No, we haven't gotten the handover yet, but we'll probably get it soon. The cruise altitude is correct, 310. So that's good. The weather is looking lovely, but let's remember the warning at 20,000 feet with the ice. Let's see, we already burnt 300 pounds of fuel. That's always great to see.
Swiss 4003 heavy contact Busley Tower on 118.3.
Tower on 118.3 Swiss 4003 heavy.
Swiss 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff.
Swiss 4003 heavy winds are 008 at 4 knots.
There we go.
Runway 15 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 15 cleared for takeoff. Swiss 4003 heavy.
Left is clear.
Approaching 15.
And right is clear. 15, that's the correct runway. And let's see now if we can turn nicely onto the runway. We're not flying with the APUs. I really hope Toliss releases the A340-600. That is my favorite. I mean, that would really get me flying the A340. It's not that I don't like the 600, it's just too unproportionate. It looks awful. But of course, it's subjective. Like in the Swedish word, they say that taste is like the ass, you know, everyone has one. Okay, let's see, we will turn that off. Everything is looking good. I haven't forgotten anything, have I? Strobes, yes, those should be on. But other than that, it's looking correct. So let's get going. And let's make sure we get
SRS, auto thrust blue. Thrust set.
release. Thrust set. Okay, let's see. Airspeed alive. No clue why we're actually on this. Let's try to maintain the center line. That's why you don't want to look down. 100 knots. Okay. Come on. Now you have quite a high V1. Rotate. Okay. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up.
Gear coming up. So weird when you don't have to trim there, but such a different way of flying. Okay, gear coming up. You can go to flap 0. And look at these beautiful engines showing us the way. Now we can start turning. We can also shut some of those.
Swiss 4003 heavy climb and maintain flight level 140 contact vol departure on 124.1.
Throttle climb.
Climb and maintain flight level 140 departure on 124.1 Swiss 4003 heavy.
140. We can go to
Departure Swiss 4003
standard.
heavy climbing to flight level 140.
Climb
Swiss
into
4003
140.
heavy, good morning. Radar contact 4 nautical miles south of Bal Mulhouse Airport.
Still looking nice. How are the other ones looking? Very nice. How's the plane as a whole looking? Beautiful, look at that cigar flying. God damn, they have been able to improve the lights, or the lighting
Swiss
effects.
4003 heavy contact ream center on 128.3.
Center on 128.3 Swiss 4003 heavy.
Okay, we'll turn a bit to the left.
Center Swiss 4003 heavy climbing to flight level 140.
Swiss 4003 heavy, good morning.
Okay, let's see, we want to turn to the left. a bit abruptly maybe. And pitch down a bit. The Toliss airplanes just fly amazingly. I really like the A340, the handling of it. It feels very nice. Pitch up a bit. One 140. Our surroundings are looking pretty nice. We're at 10,000 feet. Seatbelt signs off.
You're now passing through 10,000 feet. So now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galley or near the lavatory.
Looks pretty good still, the scenery, even though we don't have any photoreal, right? Just because of the other effects that really make it look good. So if they just get the scenery overhaul, X-Plane 12 is going to be amazing. 200. And I'm going to put this up to 31, because we are going to get to climb all that way. And let's see if we can put on the autopilot now. It's going to be relatively smooth sailing. And let's see, there was icing warnings, right? Let's put this to normal and let's put on the anti-icing on everything. Because we're gonna pass 20,000 feet. And I am actually gonna leave you guys to manage this flight. Just wanted to... It's not gonna be a long flight, right? We have about 1 hour to go. Let me find you a nice viewpoint. This one looks pretty dope. Let me have a look. So yeah, hopefully I'm thinking that we're gonna be on the left side, so we are gonna be on the right side to see the Alps. Not as pretty as they could be with photoreal, but should be good enough. And yeah, let's see. We're probably just gonna get higher and higher climb clearances. So let's see how it goes, and I'll be back in about half an hour plus. Take care.
Swiss 4003 heavy contact Zurich Center on 126.22.
Center on 126.22 Swiss 4003 heavy. Center Swiss 4003 heavy climbing to flight level 200.
Swiss 4003 heavy, good morning. Swiss 4003 heavy climb and maintain flight level 260.
Climb and maintain flight level 260 Swiss 4003 heavy.
Delta 1
Swiss 4003 heavy contact ream center on 128.3.
Center on 128.3 Swiss 4003 heavy. Center Swiss 4003 heavy climbing to flight level 260.
Swiss 4003 heavy, good morning. Swiss 4003 heavy climb and maintain flight level 310.
Climb and maintain flight level 310 Swiss 4003 heavy.
important for your order. If you would like to order additional menu items, please give the flight attendant a call button at any time. We will be open to assist with this.
Hello guys, I came back a bit earlier, wanted to check how our flight is going. I mean, look at these effects. This is from the wings, right? Can we see them on... Might be a bit difficult. Let me just have a quick look. I just wanted to check if we are going somewhere nasty. Because I did remember the warning, right? Let's have a look. Looks like it's pretty good weather though, so that's nice. So it should be okay. We still have quite a way to go before we have to descend. So I'm just checking. Fuel on board also looks good. Check gross weight.
Swiss 4003 heavy contact Marseille center on 120.85.
Center on 120.85 Swiss 4003 heavy.
Jet gross weight, is it that one it wants us to populate, or?
Center Swiss 4003 heavy level at flight level 310.
Swiss 4003 heavy, good morning.
No, it's not, because it's the green ones. You wanna check gross weight. What is our gross weight? Wait a minute. Say what? 55346. How the hell does this... What's going on with this plane? Let me go to this one. Loading performance.
Contract 1471. Costa 1471. Yeah, can you keep listening, sir? Yeah, listening.
And let me check if it did change. Yeah, it did. So that's why we were having troubles taking off, etc. Okay, so there's been a lot of mistakes in this flight. I should have just loaded it before we went. In the future, let's remind myself to always do that. I can already set this landing one. Do we need to arm it somehow? No, we can do 3 out of 4. And let's see, we are turning now. Let's keep this one, and I'll be back again to check up on our flight before descent.
track 1471, call 13535. Roger, fine, thank you, bye. Eurowings 5430 code. Eurowings 5430 code, see 125935. Bye-bye. 5259355 5430. Ryanair 9 XV Alpha, climb level 380. Climb level 380, Ryanair 9 XV Alpha. Beeline 3 Yankee with target to Bombi, climb level 310. To Bombi, climbing level 310, Beeline 3 Yankee.
Swiss 4003 Heavy, expect the Viva 7 Romeo arrival with the VVAR transition for the ILS Yankee approach to runway 04 right with the NERA 2 transition at Nice Côte d'Azur Airport.
Expect the Viva 7 Romeo arrival with the VVAR transition for the ILS Yankee approach to runway 04 right with the NERA 2 transition Swiss 4003 Heavy.
Hello, the captain is back. As I see, we are flying across the Alps. Can't see too much though. It looks a bit better in terms of the flickering. There's still some, but not as bad as I remember it being. It could be pretty bad, right? Look at these engines though. These are some beautiful engines. I mean, X-Plane
Swiss 400
really looks
heavy
good.
contact mode center on 124.902.
I mean, not.
Center on 124.902
I wouldn't
Swiss
say it's
4003
really fighting Microsoft Flight Sim in any way in terms of the graphics.
Center Swiss
But I think
400
some
heavy level,
aspects, you know, like
310.
looking at these engines like this, they look
Swiss
really realistic, right?
4003 Heavy, good morning.
But then, yeah, you can see here it's not the best. But I mean, looking at the clouds like this, you know, it's like the certain angles you get with X-Plane now are starting to look really, really good. Do I want to take another thumbnail? I took one when we were at the ground. Thought that looked pretty cool. But it's of course hard to know which one to go with. So many good angles you can choose. Let's jump into the plane. Outer TK XFR in progress. And I think what that means is just moving the fuel around. As you can see, it's I think it's raining these outer tanks. Ugh. Filling up the middle ones. We've used quite a bit of fuel already. Almost 17,000. Of course we did add in the middle of our
4003 Heavy
flying.
descend via the Viva 7. Our arrival with the VVAR transition to flight level 080 QNH is 1013 at Nice Côte d'Azur Airport.
Okay, it already wants us to descend.
Via the Viva 7, our arrival with the VVAR transition to flight level 080 QNH is
080.
1013 heavy.
And we can also start already having a look at, and can we close this one? We can start having a look at the place where we are landing for right. We have about 180 nautical miles to go, so there is still some flying left to do. Okay, for right. This is the arc, right? The DME arc. Okay, so we have that info. Step deleted. Oh yeah. They wanted us to descend, but I guess ATC didn't say anything about that, so did it really matter? Nope. I'll assume not. In terms of the info we have, the best thing would be of course to check the ATSU. So destination 8 is not allowed, so maybe we can't get that. Not even here, and I guess this one doesn't work in any other aspect. I guess we can do wind requests, right? Descent wind. Alternate wind. Okay, so we can get that for the flight itself. Let's start descending now as well. Not open descent, but controlled. Okay, let's check some things that we can already check. 1110.7, 42. We're doing the ILS. D 280. So let's put in 280 just to make sure. 280 decision height. And apart from that, what's the transition altitude? 5,000. Okay, then it's a bit of a offset. I think we come in a bit from the right, and then we have to turn left, right. No, sorry, we have to turn right. We come in from the right, and then we have to turn right too. Or a bit left and then right. But yeah, weather at our destination. Oh, god damn. Been yawning like crazy. Let's just enter this 07. 13. Temperatures of 16 degrees Celsius. QNH of 1013. Good, we are basically ready. Of course there could be some landing performance ones, right? But I think we should be fine. We should have the margin, etc. Yeah, so that should be fine. Good. I am gonna put this once again on this one and I'll be back in a jiffy. It's still about half an hour actually before we land, so we'll take some time.
Delta 14, passing flight level 370, flight level 350. Delta 14, going to define descent level 60. Flight level 320, Delta 14. Condor 867, call 133-435. Bye-bye. 133-45, Condor 867. Master 1, Quebec identified. Before Charlie from the level. 350. What is it again? 350. Roger. 1 Quebec, now level 350. Martin is running 350, North 1337. Alpine 5 to Echo Zulu, are you looking for higher? No, it's fine for us, Alpine 5 to Echo Zulu. With 6 Tango Papa, gonna define CPCOC. This is Compact 1255, 2340, Short Valley. Contract 1255, good morning, identified, clear level 370. Okay, we climb flight level 370, Compact 1255.
Swiss 4003 heavy contact nice approach on 120.15.
Approach on 120.15 Swiss 4003 heavy. Approach Swiss 4003 heavy descending via the Viva 7 or arrival with the VVAR transition to flight level 080.
Swiss 4003 heavy good morning. Continued descent via the Viva 7 Romeo arrival with the VVAR transition.
Continue descent via the Viva 7 Romeo arrival with the VVAR transition Swiss 4003 heavy.
Okay, final time, finally back. And let's see, we have 100 nautical miles to go. We're at the sea now. We're not longer at the Alps. I'm trying to think, is it still called the Alps, between the border of France and Italy, but I assume technically it's still part of the Alps. We are descending. Are we? We are, but very slowly. We're still at 21,000. Okay, I mean we have 100 nautical miles to go, but I would still think it would want to have us descending a bit sooner than this. I'm also wondering if it's really aligned with the... Let me check. So this one is at 4,000. And the question is, what's the star, right? We have the SIDS. Do we have the stars? Probably gonna be all stars, but should still work. Still doing SIDS. God damn, we have a lot of SIDS. Do we have the star? Here we go. Star, that's Perus. Nissar. Maybe I need to go back a bit. Here, VVAR. It does feel like we're a bit high, but now we're descending again, so that gives me hope. But yeah, pilot TDC is saying we should be at 9,500 at Otoke, so yeah, not really sure where the discrepancy comes from. Once we go a bit further below, I'm gonna turn off the anti-icing as well. As you can see, we can only see water here on this screen. We can already arm the speed brake. Let's be prepared with the flaps once we get closer. Around 85 nautical miles now. I think we should make it pretty fine, but let's see. Might be a bit tight. Can we see anything with maybe the other engine view? No, not really. We're just kind of in the clouds. It's a bit blurry, the clouds. That's a bit immersion braking. It's always been a bit like, look at this also. It's better when you zoom in though. So I think it's just mainly a pixelation issue to a certain extent. And maybe we should go back so we have the missed approach, just in case something were to go wrong. Specifically since this is an offset, we're flying the 400, which is not always the easiest one to handle. So the ILS is, let me see, turn right, max 200 knots to intercept and follow the R1118. ATR climbing to 2000 to Neros, then turn left onto the 088 and join holding at 3000. Okay.
Swiss 4003 Heavy, you are 37 nautical miles southeast of the airport. QNH is 1012 cleared direct Neras, then cleared for the ILS Yankee approach to runway 04 right with the Nera 2 transition at Nice Côte d'Azur Airport.
QNH is 1012 cleared direct Neras, then cleared for the ILS.
Okay, we're at Neras soon. We should be at 1,400. That's gonna be a huge. Yeah, we've been clear for all the approaches, etc. So that should be fine. Let's see how this goes. Can you get this one down, or is this... Who knows? Look at that, we see a ship. It's a ship. Hell yeah. Also going to Nice maybe. Let me just have a look at what was the weather forecast. It was few at 020, broken at 33. As we can see here, we're not gonna see the airport really until we start descending towards it. So it will be a bit of a, let's say, more difficult landing. Hopefully it should be fine though, but let's see. We could of course think about doing a auto throttle assisted manual landing, but let's see. Okay, and that's showing us the VR that's directly ahead of us, right? Yeah, that's the airport. And we can check it here also with these. It's it's showing the right VR. Okay, we're still descending, albeit slowly. We're kind of getting low enough that we can ditch these anti-ice stuff. Should be fine. I think everything else should be looking good, or good enough. Yeah, this is looking fine. I guess cruise is the standard setting. Okay, and we are turning now to fly the DME arc. And this would be cool to try and fly. I always wanted to try. I'm probably not going to do a YouTube video the first times I do it because it's going to be awful. It would be really cool to be able to do this this DME arc. So you have to switch kind of at these different points, right? So it's quite difficult to fly. At least it looks quite difficult, the ones I've seen. And let's see, will it need anything to stop us or to kind of increase our descent rate? It feels like we're way too high. But we haven't gotten any. I'm not sure we are totally on idle either, so that's a bit interesting. Well, we are descending, so that's nice. Look at some of these clouds, these look really nice. Not gonna lie. Very realistic. That cloud... Oh no, there is a separation. Almost looked a bit like a CB cloud. Let's just increase the range a bit. Do we have the weather radars working? Oh, you can't move this one. That's interesting. Not often you see something that can be moved in a Toliss airplane. We can go with the seatbelt signs on. Landing lights on, 'cause we are gonna come up on 10,000 feet. Landing systems on. On. Still descending. Slowly and steadily. Crossing 10,000 feet, so that's a good sign at least. And let's see if it wants us to add any speed brake or similar. Not yet. We're slowing down.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any track one final time. Please ensure twin
Looking good on the outside.
full upright position. Please also store
Let's hope we get a good landing.
either in the back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
Okay, we are descending. Let's see, still no request to add any sort of flap or similar. Could we go with flap 1 maybe? Okay, let's see, speed check, flaps 1, so that's basically slats. Let's add that. Should hopefully help us get down. Can we see? Yeah, look, you can see the slats having come down a bit from their normal position. I really like this, that they painted the engines as well. This flying goat. Okay, we're descending. We need to be at 5,000 and then 4,000. So let's see, we're 9,000. It's pretty high. We're getting into the clouds. Let's ready all the lights. Let's have a look actually how that looks in the... Yeah, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And we are still descending slowly and steadily. Speed brakes are armed. This could go to below. Should have done that sooner. Oh yeah, we can do all the things here as well. I don't know why I forget about that. Basically every time I fly this I forget about that. Okay, we're descending through 8,000. Still not sure why we haven't gotten any... I mean, maybe we are on track actually. Maybe it's just me being overly cautious. Okay, let's remember the offset. This is actually really funny. The first time I landed at Nice in FSX, I just didn't know about the offset, so I couldn't understand why won't it line up. Yeah, that was a bit stupid.
Easy 85 Echo Foxtrot, contact approach 121 decimal 205, bye bye.
But oh well, oh well.
Approach on 121, 205, easy 85 Echo Foxtrot. Goodbye.
Europa 10901, descent flight level 70.
Descent flight level 70, Europa 10901.
Okay, descending, descending, descending. Okay, now it looks pretty good. We should be able to make it. We have some boats here. Quite a lot of them actually. I think LFMN have even more than the P3D add-on that adds those. Okay, and we're starting to see a bit better now, so that's good. That gives me faith in that we're gonna be able to land relatively nicely.
Canon 644, descent flight level 100, be level at 2.
Still descending. Are we slowing down fast enough? $1,000,000 question. Let's see. Doesn't feel like we are. What's for the 1 plus F? That's at 233. Let's see if we can get to 1 plus flaps. Nothing yet. And we need to slow down quite a bit. Let's see if we'll be able to do that. We're soon turning into final. Actually, talking about that, what's our 8 is, sorry, our QNH, that was 1009. So let's put that into the system. So we're a bit lower than we thought. It's at 5,000, we should switch, right? So that makes sense. We're now slowing down.
Speed checked flaps 2.
We're going to flaps 2. As that should help us to or slow down quite a bit. Or actually, let me see if I go flap 1. Okay, now it will start descending. If it goes flaps 2, it will push us down to a bit too slow. Because it's going to the VAP speed, I think.
QNH is 1012 tower on 122.37 Swiss 4003.
We'll activate the approach. So Cat 3 signal should be fine. We can't really do a category. We can't really do an auto land right with the offset.
4003 heavy, good morning. Continue ILS to runway 04 right call when established on final.
And let's see, we don't have a localizer. Nor do we have a... What the hell is going on? Do we have the right info? 1110.7. What's the radio? 1110.7, course 42. Course 42. That's so odd though. Let me see. X-Fly LFMN ILS 04 right. No info actually. But won't we see the localizer? This is strange. Super strange. Let me see, we should be on the glide slope soon, but why aren't we on the... I don't understand anything anymore. It's like we're getting these kind of wrong... Why are we not getting the vertical one? We're getting the glide slope, but not the vertical.
Speed checked flaps 2.
Okay, glide slope, localizer. Should we be seeing the localizer soon enough? So we're descending just based on the glide slope now. And there we have the localizer. Weird. I don't think you can capture the glide slope before the localizer in real life. Doesn't feel like we're flying an offset, which is also strange. That's strange. Is it still giving us an offset? Yeah, tiny offset, right? Maybe it's a left turn. Basically we're coming in, then we'll need to align. Let's see once we get closer. Okay, let's just check everything. Lights on. What about pack X? Yeah, that's good. Doesn't seem to be raining or anything similar to that. We have the nice French Riviera in front of us. We are descending. It's looking good. We can basically start dropping the landing gear pretty soon. Let's wait and see a bit. No mega rush yet. Let's just remember I don't have any keybinds to disconnect auto throttles and autopilot in X-Plane, which is something I really need to look at because it's very annoying having to do it manually. It sometimes leads to a bit of bugs. Okay, we'll start dropping the gear. You can see it coming down now. There as well. And apart from dropping the gear, we can go to flaps 3. Cabin check. Yeah, that seems fine.
Speed check flaps full.
I will go flaps full. What's going on with the water? Have you seen this before? This must be some new bug. Damn, it's looking funky. Okay, and what we can start off by doing is fixing the or removing the auto throttle. Let me add a bit of thrust. And a bit more thrust. I would think these 4 engines would be able to provide me with more. Okay, let's add just a tiny bit. We'll also take control here. Autopilot off. Master caution. We'll start lining with the with the actual runway. AK going to the right of the localizer.
Swiss 4003 heavy winds are 078 at 17 knots.
We'll throttle down a
Clear
bit
to
as
land
well.
runway 04 right.
Clear to land runway 04 right Swiss 4003 heavy.
And throttle down a bit more. I'm gonna change our viewpoint so we see the runway a bit better. Still looking pretty good. Now we're descending way too fast. 200. Okay, let's see, are we aligned yet? Almost. God, this is a hard one to do with the A340. Oh, that was a bit hard. Okay, let's deploy our stuff. That was we came in a bit
Swiss
too much from the left.
4003 heavy contact nice ground on 121.7.
Oh no, they disarmed our parking brake. Or no, not parking brakes, our brakes, our actual brakes. So let's try to stop. Let's see, we'll turn on this one. But here we go, we're at Nice, which is Aerosoft's Nice that has been incorporated into the base game of X-Plane.
The local time is 8:30 a.m. and it's currently about 17 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices.
Doesn't look like anyone else is landing.
Aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight.
Did I get the landing clearance? I didn't even think of that, my god. Oh yeah, we did get the landing clearance, that's good. Swiss 4003, ready to taxi. Forgot to say heavy, of course. God damn it. Swiss 4003, heavy, ready to taxi.
Swiss 4003, heavy taxi to gate Charlie 50.
Taxi to gate Charlie 50, Swiss 4003 heavy.
APU.
Swiss 4003, heavy taxi to gate Charlie 50.
Taxi to gate Charlie 50.
I wonder what the G effect was. I'm gonna guess a landing of around 500 feet per minute. It felt like quite a hard one. We'll turn here to the left. You can add a bit more thrust. We also need to put that taxi camera on because we won't see anything otherwise. It really helps with the taxiing. I really like the taxi camera feature. I know most planes won't need it, but for the ones that do, like this one and the 777-300ER, it's very helpful. Okay, let's clear that one. The flap is open, so we can start the APU. How's the outside looking? Pretty decent. It's not the best scenery, this one. I can see kind of why they just made it freeware. It's probably pretty old. It's actually not that good at all. I remember it being much better. But yeah, maybe it never was that good. Oh well. It's nice at least to have this. It's better than normal gateway scenery, which is very good. Don't get me wrong. It's very sufficient to fly to every airport almost with just a gateway. But specifically if you have like a specific thing for a specific airport, it's usually nicer to get a nice freeware or potentially a payware one. The only one I've gotten is the one I was able to redeem, which was the Manchester airport. With some of my points because I fly there a lot with my virtual airlines. But then I haven't really found anything worth buying. I know Stockholm and Helsinki is like the highest. If those come out as actual payware, I'm definitely getting them. Okay, let's turn here. I think we can just stop at one of these, right? Unless I'm totally missing something. I do think is 50A a heavy? Well, that's a good question actually. Which ones are the heavy and which ones are the tiny ones? Very good question. Let's actually do the one I know is a heavy. And that's the 41, I think. Don't quote me on it though, but I do think that one, it's like 40B or something. Or is it 40C? Let's see. Okay, we're driving a bit off the center line here. Or actually, is it 42 maybe? Maybe it is 42 actually. That's let's just take this one, doesn't really matter. We're not really gonna do anything with the gate anyway, we're just taxiing in. Whoop whoop whoop, that was way too more efficient of a turn. Now I need to get us back on the right alignment, so we'll slowly start turning to the left. We can go a bit forward. Maybe something like this will do. Parking brake set. I will start shutting down all of these beautiful engines. Yeah, this seemed like a... I'm not sure, to be honest. Seemed quite tiny as well. We got it pretty good though with the first one. If we went a bit more forward, now, but this one would have still been out of reach. Okay, let's see. Now we can do pack X. We can remove that from the taxi one. Let me just see if we can kick start the deboarding. Still nothing. So maybe it's not connected to the doors. I just want to see the landing rate, right? And I'm afraid, you know, doing the replay might mess it up. You know, it will record that instead. Okay, it didn't. Good. We'll end flight. 734. Jesus Christ. That's really bad. Let's have a look at the landing. It was too long since I've flown this one. I'll blame it on that. Okay, we can still go further back. Here we go. So it's looking pretty good, but then I get a bit worried. I start going down way too fast, and then I try to fix that. We're coming in a bit left. I do crab though, but I do it a bit too early perhaps.
Cargo 7156, after vacating left again, cruise X-ray Bravo, contact ground control, 110.905.
Okay, okay, maybe not that bad, but a bit hard. I look at those, if we change the perspective, right? Yeah, that was a bit of a bump. Not sure it was 700 though. Let me have a look at what did this one record it as. 08 7. Yeah, okay, so 600. Yeah, that was not good. It was a bit high. But apart from, you know, the rate of descent, it was a pretty okay landing. Center line, we did use the rudder, so yeah, not gonna be too harsh on myself. But yeah, hopefully enjoyed this one. Next time I'll do the A330, the 900, the Neo, or maybe I won't do the next video, but I'll probably do it for my next X-plane flight. But let's see, I could change my mind. I do have a tendency to change what I'm feeling like flying. But yeah, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And otherwise, until next time, bye bye.